creating characters that no one cares. And they happen to be female because you're so stupid you don't even know how to write female stories. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about some Star Wars related news. So I saw here on a Variety, this is a news that came out a few days ago, that Leslie Headland will be running a new show. She's producing a new show for Disney Plus, and she's the creator of Russian Doll. To be honest, I'm not very familiar with her work, and the only thing I've seen from her is Russian Doll. Other than that, I don't know anything else. And that show to me was fine and not great, not awful. It was just like whatever, and that's about what I know from her. And so when you read this article over here, everything is fine, right? It's just, okay, a new person is going to create a new show, fine, whatever. As long as it's a good story, that's fine. But then when you go down to the article and you start reading about it, the information over here, I mean, there is no information whatsoever about this series, okay? There's no, like, what is the plot? What planet will it be? You know, taking the fact that Star Wars is already existence only established universe. But the problem with Lucasfilm, and you know, this kind of stuff really gets on my nerves, it's because Lucasfilm is not really concerned about giving us these beautiful stories, these adventures that will last generations. That's not what they care. They care about identity politics, you know, they care about stupid things that no one, like, it's just so irritating. Because, and the reason why I'm saying that, because when you go down the line over here, there is no information whatsoever about the show, but the fact that it's going to be female centric. Wow. I mean, are they, how woke are they? Let's pat them in the back, because that is the problem with Lucasfilm, and that is my problem with certain things that come out from Hollywood nowadays. Because what they like to do, they like to advertise things as female centric, it's female empowerment and blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean? Just to pretend that they actually care. But no, they're just going with the trend, you know. They just want to destroy, you know, or for instance, let's go back and remember when The Mandalorian was being advertised. Did you hear anywhere saying this is the male centric show? No. So why is it okay to say it's a female centric? I mean, what is their obsession with gender? It's just, why can't you just make a story that is a good story, and maybe your character, your lead character happens to be a female? Why? Because it's not about that. It's because they want to advertise, oh, we really care about you, the female, and we really care about empowerment, when in fact they don't care. You know, this itself, just saying it's female centric, to me is sexist already, you know. This already shows that they are not really concerned about equality, because if guys, you know, shows they're male centric are not advertised as male centric, why do you have to advertise the female ones as female centric? This is a huge turn off. Immediately thinking that this show is going to be, oh my goodness, it's just going to be women rules, all the men's are bad, and blah blah blah. It's just like that. There is no balance, you know. The reason why Star Wars, when it was first created, worked, it's because all these characters, they had flaws and they were very human. The mix was just great, you know. It's all about human stories. It's all about, you know, friendship and good versus evil. And you go back and look at these newer films, none of this stuff is there. Basically what they did in these new films was making sure that every single original character was destroyed, because who cares, you know? Why, you know, we cannot have Luke Skywalker being a hero anymore because he's a white man. You know, it's all about this kind of stuff. It's not really about the story anymore. It's not really about the universe. They don't care, you know. And when you think that they would learn from their mistake, because the toys are not selling, people do not care about the new characters. Why? Because these new characters are not interesting characters. These are token characters just for them to say, we are very woke, we really care about diversity, we really care about minority. Shut up. Clearly you don't. I mean, look what you did to Finn, a character that was supposed to be a Jedi. I mean, you destroyed him, you made him a buffoon, and you really care about diversity. This kind of stuff really gets on my nerve, you know. Just the fact of saying it's a female-centric show, it's just so... There's just, it's extremely irritating to hear stuff like that, you know. If you think that there's not enough females in the Star Wars universe, that's fine. But all you have to do is think about a great story with really compelling adventures and characters. And then what you do, you just cast some of these characters female. Nobody cares about their gender. What people care if the story is going to be good. How else can we explain this to Lucasfilm? You know, it's so upsetting as a female to see things like that, you know. It's so extremely frustrating as well. This is the problem with Lucasfilm. They never learn, you know. And what it baffles me is that, aren't you creating these things for the fans? Don't you want the fans to be on your side? Why can't you just create a show and tell us about the story? That's what is more important. People want to watch a show because the story is good, because, you know, you love the character. I mean, The Mandalorian was so interesting because the story was excellent, and it's simple as well. And not only that, it was exploring the universe of Star Wars. The reason why certain characters don't work, it's not because they are female or male, it's because the character itself is not a good character. People connect with human flaws or human behavior, human stories in general. That doesn't necessarily have to be one gender or the other, you know. I just don't freaking understand. It's extremely irritating. Now, this kind of stuff automatically tells me it's probably a show I'm not going to be interested in, you know, because their first idea here is not really concerned about, let's create a story that is really compelling, that is going to get people going, that, you know, we can create new characters. One happens, maybe the lead happens to be a female. I mean, who cares? I don't even know how else can I explain how wrong all of this is, you know, and what is the problem and with these people running Lucasfilm, you know, what's going on in their head. It just doesn't make any sense, and it just shows to me how these SJWs are crazy people, you know. These woke people, they are crazy because first and foremost, they only care about a certain agenda. They don't really care about none of these things that they claim to care, they actually do. Because just the fact that you're having to promote your show as female centric is already telling me you don't really care about any sort of equality. That's not equality to me, you know. I've never in my life remember reading something or seeing an advertised to a show or a movie, oh, it's male centric. Things don't get advertised like that. It's only doing this just so they can get their pat on the back and say how great we are because we care about you female. Oh my god, all the best female characters were created by Disney. I mean, so far, the most compelling female characters were all created by George Lucas. Sorry, Leia, why do you think she became such an icon? You know, even Padme, I love her. She was pretty great and badass. She's not only a princess. Oh, and Ahsoka as well, right? Ahsoka was created under George Lucas' reign. But anyways, guys, like I said, I'm not even sure if this show will go forward because a lot of stuff that started at Lucasfilm, I mean, they're having a lot of problems. Even the Obi-Wan series that everyone is so excited, now it's kind of stepping back. So who knows if this is really going to happen. This is just breaking news here by Variety, but I just don't already like this whole thing. Oh, it's gonna be female centric. Don't you worry, women, don't you worry, SJW, we have something for you. It's just infuriating, you know. It's even more infuriating people saying, oh my god, but there's so many male-centric shows already with male leads. What's the problem with having a female lead? No, that is not the problem. The problem is that you're advertising it as the female-centric. You don't have to say that. You have to sell your show through the good story. You have to have people, the audience, fall in love with your character regardless of their gender. That's how stories are supposed to work. I don't know what else, how else can I explain this? You know, it's just, for someone who really loves the universe, it's really sad to see all of this stuff, you know. Hopefully they won't screw up The Mandalorian, because I'm still excited for that, but I don't know, I have no hopes for this show over here, you know, especially when the advertisement already starts with this, you know. I've had enough of this crap, you know. We've had enough Charlie Angels and Ghostbusters 2016s. How many more of this crap do we need so they can learn that it's not about these characters, it's about the story. You're creating characters that no one cares, and they happen them to be female because you're so stupid you don't even know how to write female stories. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. But anyways, guys, sorry for this rant, but this kind of stuff really gets on my nerve. Let me know what you think about this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.